Welcome to Focal Point News, your source for campus news, breaking headlines, and in-depth stories that matter. Coming up on Focal Point.
Do you feel safe when you're going out at night around here?
At night, no, honestly.
The cost of living is a lot higher and continues to climb. Groceries are expensive.
It was like so unexpected. I didn't think there was something that would offer something like this.
It's a very free feeling, and I love that.
The IZone was one of the first places I truly felt a part of like the Spartan student community.
From the heart of Michigan State University, Focal Point starts right now.
And welcome to another week of Focal Point News. I'm Amy Cho.
And I'm Liam Clymer. Today is November 7th, 2025, and we have a very special show for you here today.
That's right, Liam. If you notice that things sound a little bit different today, it's because our reporters were tasked to produce stories without any voiceover this week.
Certainly a fun and creative challenge, and of course, we still have all the news for you from the MSU campus and beyond.
Up first, there have been safety concerns in downtown East Lansing after a stabbing in the CVS parking lot was reported 2 weeks ago. Focal Point's Griffin Makrovich spoke with local employees and residents of the downtown area to hear their perspective on safety.
The parking lot is being video recorded.
I think we definitely need more security, just kind of more people out on the streets, especially on nights when it's really busy. We could just definitely use more reinforcement. Here at CVS, we deal with a lot of theft. There is occasional violence between customers. We have a lot of homeless community out here, so that's kind of a big issue. They get intoxicated, unfortunately.
Just trying to protect everybody. So I do it every year in East Lansing because the children are on attack. They go to the bar to bar. They got 2 bars around here, even in Lansing. They got bars everywhere. So that's why they drink, because they're being tempted by the enemy, which is Satan.
I would say that it's a multifaceted problem, of course. You know, it's not just one group doing it. I think I heard him mention something about a lot of bars and alcohol, so that, you know, definitely plays a factor in it.
And then around like weekends, all these bar crawls, the college students get wasted, and then they're in here fighting. There's just a lot of altercations that I feel like need to be focused on.
I would say that I guess probably each group could have their own part to play. I see the homeless people, they usually just harass and like this and that, but I haven't really seen them commit any of the major crimes. It usually is the groups of like college students or just the groups in general doing stuff like petty crime.
You get, you know, sometimes teenagers, because I'm not going to point out any specific places, but I've heard of places around here that don't really mind underage people coming in because it, you know, more money. You have things like that, and then they go around antagonizing the homeless people, and that gets them upset, and they start doing whatever.
Well, we do call the police in here a couple of times. They don't really do anything. They say that, you know, a lot of these people are already known for their reoccurring issues, so they just keep on letting them go.
Do you feel safe when you're going out at night around here?
At night, no. Honestly, a lot of our coworkers, they don't let us walk to our cars by ourselves or things like that.
What is that? Souvenir. Displaced people, disowned people are not the problem per se. It's easy for us to say that we wouldn't do something when we're not in the position that they are in. I would just hope for the people out there to kind of have an open heart, open mind about, you know, the things that they're going through. Try to be more compassionate.
You have to discern, which is you have to know the truth, which I'm telling the truth right now, barely. So I love you. I love everybody. I want everybody to love everybody. That's it.
This week, East Lansing officials actually got together to talk about these safety concerns. Some of their proposed solutions are adding more permanent lighting and cameras and even increasing police presence downtown. Nothing is official yet. These are just conversations right now. But according to Police Chief Jennifer Brown, these officials plan to bring their concerns to the City Council later this month.
And safety concerns have not been the only issue impacting our community recently. Due to the government shutdown, there's been uncertainty around the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, usually called SNAP.
Roughly 42 million Americans depend on SNAP, and many here in our mid-Michigan area have been impacted by these cuts and delays to their food stamps.
But we have some locals stepping up to help out their community. We have Focal Point's Jackie Graham live at the Fledge Foundation in Lansing to tell us more about what's going on. Jackie?
I'm here at the Fledge Foundation, which is one of the many locations in mid-Michigan that is committed to supporting the community. And with the government still being shut down and SNAP delays still being in action, Michigan residents are feeling the effects. I had the chance to find out more. Take a look.
Many of us don't realize that we are just one missed paycheck, unexpected medical expense, or unplanned for emergency away from needing help ourselves. Government is still shut down. The government has been shut down about a month.
The downhill roll really started on November 1st. That was the date where benefits were officially stopped being distributed across the country.
We don't know when this will end.
The impact of those delays doesn't go away right when the government reopens.
And nutrition security is really needed to support healthy people. When more of us are not healthy and experiencing illness and chronic disease and management of those illnesses, that there's increased costs all around. SNAP has economic power.
$8 billion across the country that are distributed in SNAP benefit. So if we think of $8 billion coming out of our grocery industry, that's really going to, upheaval things.
They rely on, percentage of their income through SNAP.
So food banks are here to meet the emergent need, but the scale of the response that we need to have to rise to close that gap is not necessarily sustainable long term.
They were never intended to serve as someone's sole source of food.
In all of these places, these are programs that we're designing in the moment.
We want people to know that help is available. You can always go to glfoodbank.org/gethelp. One of the most impactful ways that individuals can help is by donating money. Because we're a food bank, we can stretch your dollar a lot further than you can by going and purchasing something at the grocery store. Every dollar you donate translates to about 3 meals.
Reaching out to your federal legislators.
That we're here for people who need it, and we will continue to be no matter what.
There are new updates coming every day. Most recently, the USDA announced that 65% of SNAP households will receive their benefits for November. And while this is a positive advancement, it's just a partial step. And these times are honestly very confusing, complicated, and things are changing every day. I'm here with Jerry Norris, founder of the Fledge Foundation. Jerry, what are some ways that people can get out, provide help, and receive help?
I think something that a lot of people could do just right now today is go into their pantries and see what's been there for a while, what's something you're not going to use. Then go out into your neighborhood, find that little pantry that you can donate that to, bring it to the Fledge if you want to put it into our free stands, but start putting food that you're not using out into the community. You can also donate to your food bank, you can donate to the grassroots organizations like the Fledge Foundation and things like that. Just get that food out there and try to do it in your own neighborhood, because people don't necessarily have transportation to get all over the city. So do it local, do it decentralized, and do it together. We got this.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely important to support each other in this very unpredictable time and make sure that we are helping our neighbors out. Right. Thank you for all that you do here at the Fledge. And that's all for us here in East Lansing. Back to the newsroom.
Thanks, Jackie.
And while we're talking about funding concerns, Liam, you took a look at how recent cuts affect local arts.
That's right. With federal funding to local programs being cut, ensuring access to the arts is a responsibility that has fallen into the hands of community nonprofits. I went to Reach Art Studio last week in Lansing, where local volunteers are stepping up and taking action to guarantee everyone gets a chance to create.
And I think for a lot of people, it's become a really important third space.
I think, so in my head, what I was thinking is if we did the voiceover.
I am Melissa Keeley, and I'm the Executive Director at Reach Studio Art Center. And we provide out-of-school arts programming for all ages.
My name is Loren Gehrig. I am a painter.
We really focus on youth and want to make sure that everybody has access to quality arts programming and creative experiences.
REACH is an open door. Because I'm in academia, I think about that all the time of my students are making to achieve a certain GPA. Here at REACH, it's making because you're inspired.
For some people, it's still a hidden gem, but I think for other people, it's become a cornerstone of the creative community here in Lansing.
Well, I love REACH. I worked at REACH as the development manager back in 2019, and I've been sort of engaged with them ever since. And I really credit REACH for making me feel at home and a part of the Lansing community.
This is a really fun way that if you support the arts in Lansing or support REACH, to come out and be in the space and to interact with other artists.
These places are really important to welcome and encourage and to really provide safety for people to be who they are.
The featured artist exhibition opening will be Sunday, November 9.
I'm honored to be here.
Gehrig's works will be on display at REACH's featured artist exhibition through December 6th, which also marks the studio's Not So Silent Night fundraising event. Attendees will have the opportunity to chat with artists and purchase artwork. Keeley says that this annual fundraising event directly impacts REACH's ability to provide creative services.
Up next, a new exhibition has made an impact at the Broad Art Museum this past year. Focal Point's Laura Butlovics takes you into this exhibit and why it's so important for that group that created it.
I think that there's been a really frightening rise in anti-Semitism, authoritarianism. The echoes that you hear in political language are things I never would have thought I would have heard in my lifetime. I think is really important for students to see and to understand as they think about their world today, right? To know that things have origins, to understand that people in history had choices and made decisions in their actions, I think helps people today, me as well as my students, think about the choices that they make today. So my name is Kirsten Vermeglish. I am professor of history and Jewish studies here at Michigan State University. When I first started applying to bring the initial exhibit, I had no idea of the kind of impact it was going to have, and I had of the kind of world that it was going to be showing up in. But the Broad Museum was actually really interested in working with us. So I met together with Stephen Bridges. And so we worked to try to figure out how to do sort of a companion exhibit here at the Broad. We were able to borrow some materials from archives in Detroit. We also borrowed from people in the community, and students got to choose. They could either do their own research, they could use the materials that we had gathered from these other places. So it was really, really rich and really different. And I think for some students, I think it absolutely did kind of spark them and make them more interested and more concerned about what we were studying. The initial exhibit began last January 2025. So we've actually had a full year of activities and speakers and sort of thinking about Americans and the Holocaust. And it couldn't have happened at a more important time. But I also hope that people will continue to think about it even after it closes down.
If you're interested and have not gotten the chance to visit, the last day to see this exhibition is November 16th.
Now we'll have to take a quick break, but we'll have more stories for you right after.
When we come back, learn about a special music workshop at the Broad Art Museum and find out how MSU students honored the Day of the Dead.
And we'll show you what the weather's looking like for the weekend, all that and more after the break.
We'll be right back.
So to me, being a Spartan is strength, it's unity.
You can pick up from different perspectives and work with folks who have very different backgrounds.
The work we do is unique because we partner with the communities that we serve.
We want to make a difference in people's lives.
the whole is much bigger than the sum of the parts.
Michigan State University.
Spartans will.
Back to Focal Point News.
Up next, we've got some music for you. Amy, have you played any instruments lately?
No, I have not, but I heard other students had a chance to practice recently. We're staying at the Broad Art Museum, where sometimes galleries double as a musical score. Focal Point's Braden Willis and Gabriel Klein shows us how it works.
My name is David Biedenbender. I'm an associate professor and chair of music composition in the College of Music here at Michigan State. I co-direct, along with my colleague Anthony Marasco, a class ensemble workshop called Electronic Music Workshop. What we're doing tonight here at the Broad Museum of Art is playing the art as a score. In terms of what you'll hear tonight, we're all going to find out together because the performance is improvised. Some of them are dark and stormy, chaotic, volcanic, primal, while others are sort of peaceful and meditative. You'll hear really beautiful sounds. We're stationed in different galleries, and we're inviting the audience to move throughout the museum as they normally would. And we sort of become part of the art while also responding to it and performing it ourselves.
I'm actually an employee here, but I used to be a master's student in the composition studio. I've been playing saxophone 17 years, since I was 10 years old. It takes these musicians hours and hours and hours practice individually to perfect their craft. A lot of it comes down to taking the training they've already had and kind of extending it into a realm they don't know. I could speak to myself that a lot of it was unconscious. A lot of the time, like, I will open my eyes and I'll take in the exhibit, but other times I have my eyes closed and I'm focused on the sound and trying to make a composition out of it. The exhibit, the way things are spaced out, everything, all those microscopic things affect the final performance a lot. At the end of the day, it's really just channeling my training. I'm trusting my gut, and I'm making all these unconscious moment-by-moment decisions.
Each of the galleries features a different theme artwork. There's a Mekong River Delta. There's Unbecoming, which is really sort of just a stunning piece that kind of looks like the doorway is melting. It's a really kind of incredible work. The last part of the performance, all the groups are coming together. It'll mean a lot of different things to the performers, but my hope is that it's compelling, engaging, thought-provoking, beautiful, maybe kind of confusing at times. It'll be a little bit of everything. So.
The electronic music workshop performances like this help visitors experience the Broad in a new way, not just through what they see, but also through what they hear.
And continuing with celebrations through sound and culture, MSU students came together to honor the Day of the Dead with music, color, and remembrance. Focal Point City Chabe has the story.
My name is Rafael Gordillo. I'm the president of Crew.
So I'm the Outreach and Inclusion Coordinator. So I'm Jessica. I'm the Vice President of Crew.
And we're currently on at the Union second floor in the ballroom space, and we're here celebrating Dia de los Muertos with Crew and the University Activities Board. So Dia de los Muertos has very rich history with the Latino community. It's all about celebrating those who have passed away and kind of celebrating their life and kind of welcoming their spirits back onto the world.
The event of Dia de los Muertos was obviously about honoring, people's loved ones that have passed, and I'd say celebrating our culture, because I feel like with MSU being a PWI, it's like easy to be like forgotten about. So I feel like with us holding this event with UAB every year, it like helps make our presence known.
So at the event, we had a few activities set up. We had some painting for like some skulls and some picture frames. We had delicious Mexican food for the community to enjoy. We had live baile folklorico performances and just community atmosphere. We saw a lot of people like just dancing just because they felt the energy here.
When you really have that feeling of you're being a minority, it really can make campus feel stressful. It can make you feel like you're out of place. And when you feel out of place, you feel like this is not your second home. And I feel like to have a good college experience, you need to feel at home. You know what I mean? You need to feel like you have a place here, you have your people, your friends, that safe space that you're gonna be able to go to every now and then.
I think music just reminds me of family, of friends. It, brought us together today. A lot of people that were dancing together. I don't know if they even really know each other, but they felt the vibes, they felt the culture, and they got up on there and they enjoyed themselves there.
This was the first year that we did the ofrendas in the back and with the mosaic, so that was a pretty cool aspect, I think, instead of having the ofrendas inside. So I think having that aspect and bringing another partner in with the mosaic was a great change.
This year, we just kind of wanted a stronger community aspect and made sure to have performers interact with the audience. I told my e-board, hey, let's talk to the community. Let's make friends today. The community needs it now more than ever.
It's been wonderful to collab with different groups. I feel like it's allowed me to learn more about their culture as well. It's been a really cool opportunity in that way as well.
Like Dia de los Muertos, instead of like mourning, you're celebrating the life of the loved one that has passed.
The group says events like this help keep cultural traditions alive on campus, and that they hope to continue honoring loved ones together each year. Just like this year, the day will be celebrated on November 1st and 2nd of next year.
Wow, I can't believe that we're already in November. It feels like this year really has been flying by.
That's so true, especially with the colder weather we've been having. It almost feels like the first snow of the year is just around the corner.
I think you might be right. Let's take a closer look at what we can expect for the coming days. We have City Chabe at the weather wall today. How's it looking, City?
Thanks, Amy and Liam, and thank you all for joining us on this cold November morning. We'll start with that white lens on our national map and take a look across the country. Out on the West Coast, things are running pretty cool across the board. Seattle sitting around 48 and Sacramento is at 56, and down in Phoenix, they're feeling about 57. Los Angeles is one of the warmer spots out there today at 59. Moving into the Midwest, temperatures dip even more with Chicago in at 54, Pittsburgh is at 49, and here at home in Detroit, we're hovering around 47. And over on the East Coast, New York and Boston are also dealing with those lower temperatures as we move along the day. So no matter where you are, temperatures are running low. And bringing it closer to home, our Midwest map shows temps staying on the lower side throughout the day, even with colder nights ahead. Cleveland is hovering around 51, Green Bay is at 47 and 53 in Columbus, so you'll want to keep the warm layers handy, especially in the mornings. And here's what you've been waiting for in our 7-day forecast here in East Lansing. We're feeling like 57 right now with a low of 37 tonight, and we're looking at our first chance for snow tomorrow with a high of 45 and a low of 31 with some rain. And there's a chance it will continue this Sunday, a high of 38 and a low of 23. A little cooler on Monday with a high of 34 and a low of 27, and after that, nothing but consistently low 30s and cold nights. Well, this week is definitely enough to let us know that winter is coming, and this is a great time for hot chocolate and a cozy jacket. That's all I've got over here at the weather wall. Stay warm, have a safe weekend, and Liam and Amy, back to you.
Thanks, City. Wow, it looks like it's getting quite chilly this time of year.
I really don't mind. I mean, I, for one, am looking forward to all the winter activities. I'd say ice skating is definitely one of my favorites.
Well, I did some ice skating with some very passionate ladies this week. For this group of ladies, Thursday mornings are more than just a regular weekday. I visited the ladies' Silver Blades in East Lansing to learn more about their hobby.
What is this? I'm Deborah Davis. I'm president of the Silver Blades Ladies Skating Club.
Is that what it does?
It does. Today we're at the Big B Ice Cube, which is the local ice arena in East Lansing. And we're here for a meeting of the Silver Blades, the Ladies Skating Club. And today's Halloween.
My name is Beth Hubble, and I've been with the club for a very long time, probably at least 50 years.
Oh no, I see a spider web.
I actually started with the club because my kids were taking lessons, and they let us skate around while they were getting their lessons in the middle of the rink.
Okay, so now we have an official club potato.
My name is Amanda Hancock, and I've been a member of Ladies Silver Blades since February 2024.
Good thing I'm fast. I counted on that, actually.
I skated very briefly in lessons when I was 8 years old, very briefly, and did some recreational skating, but nothing ever serious until now.
We're backward. The focus has always been on giving women an outlet for fitness and for friendship and for a place to go and have community. Most graceful chickens.
It's impacted my life because it's introduced me to a lot of friendships, and my husband died. It's been 25 years, and skating was the only thing that I hadn't done with my husband, and so that was an outlet for me to continue with my skating and the friendships that I have made throughout the years.
When my work got intense and I went back after my kids went to school, I dropped out for a few years, and then I came back, and it's like you never left. I walked in on a Halloween with a giant animal head, and people said, "Hi, Deb." How do they know?
Working on all of this together with women from all walks of life just makes me feel good. And we all kind of find common ground on the ice, even though all of our walks of life are so different. Some not so different, but some very different. But here we're all the same, and we're like family.
Ignite!
Can't spin with my hair.
Definitely a unique way for this group to stay active. The Ladies Silver Blades meet every Thursday morning at the Big B Coffee Ice Cube in East Lansing.
Thanks, Amy. And if you like sports, we'll have more coverage for you very soon.
But first, we'll have to take another quick break. We'll be back with a concert that involves the MSU fight song, and we'll take a look at the Zone.
All that and more right after the break. Welcome back to Focal Point News.
One of the most well-known parts of our Spartan spirit is the fight song.
I gotta agree. The song was composed in 1915, and since then, the MSU Stadium is not the only place it's been played.
Last week, the Rochester High School Band and Orchestra put on their annual college concert. For the past 5 years, the concert wasn't only consistent of music, but of good, clean rivalry. Focal Point's Brooklyn Burschel went out to talk to the school's band and orchestra directors and get a piece of the competition.
My name is Jamie Kleinert. I am the orchestra director at Rochester High School. It's the night before the annual collage concert. Every year we do a MSU versus U of M fundraiser, and we ask people to donate money either towards U of M or towards MSU, and then whichever team gets more donations. If it's U of M, I have to wear maize and blue and conduct the victors. And being someone who attended Michigan State, it's a little painful. And if Michigan State gets more money, then David Urig has to wear the green and white and conduct the wind ensemble playing Michigan State fight song.
My name is David Urig. I'm the director of bands here at Rochester High School. We started this, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago now. So the money will go right to the band and orchestra program. It all goes through our booster organization. So we have a fundraising chair, and then they'll spend it on music or instruments or anything that's needed for the band or orchestra program. It's a lot of fun playing whichever fight song we play. The kids get into it, and they all have their favorites. Maybe if we have to play the MSU fight song, it's because they didn't get to play it much of the game on Saturday. So.
Oh,
Just wanted to remind you that if you'd like to donate towards our Michigan and Michigan State fight song battle, you can do that. Go blue. Mr. Grant is keeping track.
They want to see me wear the green, and they know it makes me uncomfortable, and so like the kids get a kick out of that. So let's see, we've done it maybe 5 years. I think Michigan's only won it one time. And we've had MSU win the other time. So I always had to put that stinking green jersey on that we borrow from one of the teachers, and they do a good job playing. And it's for a great cause. We raised almost $700, so it's worth it, and I'll do that every year if I have to, so, you know. Oh, it feels awesome. I mean, like, it's great that people want to contribute to that because all the money goes right back to the kids. You know, it's 100% profit off the donation, so it's really awesome, yeah.
A song called Victory for MSU filled the Rochester High School auditorium, and the band program raised $694 to help them fund them throughout the year.
And as a Rochester alum myself, go Falcons! Up next, MSU basketball is back. And with the return of the squad, that means that the Izzone is packing the Breslin Center once again. Focal Point's Jack David talked to a few leaders about the camaraderie that surrounds the well-renowned student section.
Spartans play at Colgate, so should be a pretty big game. Opener, first non-exhibition game.
I feel like the Bowling Green game was fun, so this one should be good too.
The Izzone is a big difference maker. It's why we win so many home games, and it's so cool that year after year there's just more people getting involved with that because it makes a huge difference in our record.
It's a place where a lot of people feel connected. Like, obviously everyone's rooting for one team, and I feel like basketball is a little different than football, where there's not like a big tailgating scene before basketball. So if you're at that game, you're really there to enjoy the game and to watch the Spartans play. I definitely think that it makes a big difference when people are actively engaged in the game and cheering, and definitely when there's more of a positive attitude from the fans. I think that makes a big difference.
I've always watched Big Ten basketball from probably when I was born, so it's always been a big thing with my family. So being able to be a part of it here at Michigan State, where everyone gets so excited for it, like all my friends, all the other students, it's just such an awesome community to be a part of.
The Izzone was one of the first places I truly felt a part of like the Spartan student community and just like really felt that Spartan family, as corny as it seems. It just is like a really special environment.
What are some of your favorite moments in these?
The IZone will be back at it tomorrow at 7 p.m. when the Spartans take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And as you just saw, members of the IZone are already excited and ready for another season of basketball. We'll stay on the topic of sports. Our MSU athletic teams have had a busy schedule the last week.
That's right. We have Brooklyn Burschel in the newsroom for us, who can give us a recap. Brooklyn?
Thanks, Amy and Liam. This week has definitely been a busy one for Michigan State athletics, both across campus and on the road. With football battling into overtime, women's soccer in postseason play, and both basketball teams opening their seasons at the Breslin Center. Kicking off on the football field, Michigan State hit the road on Saturday, looking to climb back into the win column against Minnesota in Minneapolis. The offense struggled mightily in the first half, failing to put any points on the board. In the end, the Spartans suffered a 23-20 loss to Minnesota. This loss drops Michigan State to 3-6 on the season and 0-6 in Big Ten play. The Spartans now enter a bye week before returning home for the final time this year, where they'll face the Penn State Nittany Lions. Keeping up with our outdoor sports, Michigan State women's soccer advanced to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament, where they competed against UCLA for the second time this season. The Spartans never gave up during this game, securing their win and heading to the championship on Sunday. Our winter sports are coming to a head with men's basketball following a tough exhibition loss to number 4 UConn. Number 22 Michigan State looked to bounce back in its regular season opener at the Breslin Center against the Colgate Raiders. The first half was close, with both teams trading baskets. The Raiders relied heavily on three-pointers, putting up Michigan State once again struggled from deep, shooting just 6 for 21 from three-point range. And the free throw issues continued, with the Spartans finishing under 65% for the second straight game. However, MSU made up for it with strong rebounding. The Spartans finished with 47 total rebounds, including 19 on the offensive end, which led to 22nd chance points. Redshirt sophomore Jeremy Fears led the way with a double-double and controlled the tempo, while freshman forward Jordan Scott added a boost with important rebounds in the paint. While multiple players stepping up, Michigan State pulled away in the second half to earn an 80-69 win. The Spartans now stay at home and prepare for a ranked matchup against Arkansas tomorrow at 7 p.m. Staying on the court for our most historic moment in sports this week, the Michigan State women's basketball team opened its 2025-26 season in record-breaking fashion against Mercyhurst. Michigan State absolutely dominated from start to finish with a score of 125-39. This is the highest scoring game in program history. The previous record of 116 points had stood since 2008. That's all from me in the newsroom. Back to you, Amy and Liam.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
MSU really is such a competitive school for sports. And it's not just our D1 teams. There are so many club teams out here that offer anyone a place to compete.
Sports can mean opportunities for athletes of all abilities to get in the game. Adaptive tennis is one of these sports, and it's a club that even welcomes community members outside of our MSU campus. Focal Point's Meg Vandermark shows us what inclusive recreation looks like, their teamwork and connection.
So my first name is Piotr, P-I-O-T-R. Most people just call me Peter because it's easier to say. They didn't want me to just sit in the office and clock hours, and I didn't want to do that either. So they gave me a lot of freedom, and I wanted to start a health-oriented initiative for students with physical disabilities on campus, because that's just something I did not have access to in undergrad.
Pete's mission, Pete's goal, it's
It's something that's very infectious. It's something that's very contagious.
Not just people in our community, but a lot of people drive from all over the state to be able to come and play sports for 2 hours a night because sports bring people together.
We're a student organization. We're open to both students and community members. You don't have to have a disability to be a part of our program.
I love just how genuine and real Peter is.
He kept showing up to events and kept nudging me on the shoulder. He's a pretty insistent person.
That anything that applies to an able-bodied athlete also applies to a disabled athlete. We just need additional pieces of equipment.
It was so unexpected. I didn't think there was something that would offer something like this.
Disability is a very misunderstood topic, but I always tell people that disability is a universal experience.
It has really made me comfortable with myself and other people.
Players of all abilities are welcome to try adaptive tennis at MSU. They play at the Tennis Center on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.
And that's all we've got for you this week at Focal Point News.
As always, thanks for tuning in. I'm Amy Cho.
And I'm Liam Clymer. We'll be back next week with more news that matters to you.